Hi, sisters. Today I want to share a cautionary video with you today. This young lady, Ashley Elkins, has been missing since January 2nd, and it is believed that her ex-boyfriend, right here in this picture, has something to do with it because he lied to the police about where he was, about her whereabouts. They saw that a dumpster was taken away from either her or his place of residence. But they will tell you more in the video. And he was also previously in the military. He went with an dishonorable discharge. He's unemployed. So he just lied to the police. And he also looked up some information on the internet, is blood traceable, and other information that is pointing in his direction as having something to do with Ashley's being missing. So a lot of these guys will have the type of mentality where if they can't have you, nobody can have you. So that is the message that I want to send out in today's video, that be extra careful, young ladies, before you bring someone to your house, especially if you have children. You can't just go by how fine somebody is or how thick their body is, how muscular they are, how attractive they are, how fine they are. None of that information has anything to do with their character, with their morals, with the type of person that they are. Is this somebody I can bring home to my family? Is this somebody I can bring around my children? Is this somebody I can trust to be in my house around me? Will this person treat me with respect and love? Will this person treasure me? Will this person be harmful? Or will this person be kind and gentle and just be an overall good person, or are they a bad person? And a lot of times people, they cover up who they really are when you first meet them. Okay, so certainly if you've never seen that person become angry, then they should not know where you live. Okay, because it takes a while for a person to show you their true colors. And even if a person gets mad when you've only known them for a few months, they might still just be showing you their fake side or their kind side just to reel you in like a fish so that they can get you in the bed. Okay, so that person, most people automatically show you their best side when you first meet them because they don't want to turn you away. They don't want you to really know who they really are because they want to continue to date you. They want to continue to manipulate you. Some of them, I'm talking about those who have ulterior motives. There are some good, good people out there too, but I'm just talking about the ones who have ulterior motives that are not good people. They're always going to show you their good side first. So don't be naive with the guy smiling and you're showing all 32 of your teeth, believing everything that he says. Don't be naive like that. Don't invite him around your kids, especially. And, Ashley, she has 2 children, and it's very sad because her mom mentions that they keep crying for her. So I'm going to play some of this. Let's watch this together.
January 2nd, leaving her house in Warren. Her family says her cell phone last pinged at the Roseville address where her ex-boyfriend lives. Another major development Tuesday. Ashley's vehicle was found abandoned near 13 Mile in Little Mac in Roseville.
The vehicle where it was parked had been there for numerous days.
The Roseville Police Department has taken the lead on this case as they work with Warren PD and other agencies to investigate.
The actions of the police are the most important thing.
Police say they have executed numerous search warrants and conducted comprehensive video canvasses during this active investigation. There's also an effort underway to get this case national media coverage.
We are an organization that helps bring awareness to missing people of color across the country.
Ashley's picture is prominently featured on the website for Black and Missing Foundation.
Our organization has reached out to local media outlets as well as our national partners to get coverage for this case. And I hate to say it, but media coverage really puts pressure on law enforcement to add resources to the case. So that's typically our strategy.
Right. Back out here live, we actually met up with Ashley's mom and her sister in this area along with family friends. They were actually having a search party looking for any sign.
And I wanted to interrupt here. That's good to know about that missing organization, because a lot of times we don't know what we should do first when someone goes missing. So it's good to have resources to reach out to. So if you know anyone who is missing, then it would be good to rewind the video and get that information, because sometimes, depending on where you are, the law enforcement, some of them will tell you, well, wait 24 to 48 hours, and that's not the case. So it's just good to have somewhere to go to get your search started.
Any evidence that they could help bring Ashley home. We actually today, my photographer and I, as we were going around the area, we saw many of those flyers that they were passing out yesterday, posted at gas stations, at that apartment complex. So really
Okay, and I wanted to play this first part of when the uncle was talking, describing more information about the ex-boyfriend. So let's go back to the beginning here.
Scenes are very difficult to deal with.
The uncle of Ashley Elkins can't stop thinking about the scene that played out Tuesday at the Roseville apartment of Ashley's ex-boyfriend. For several hours, Michigan State Police Forensic Lab was on site searching for evidence.
It was quite shocking for the family to see that a dumpster was hauled away.
Investigators say the forensic lab is brought in to provide expertise with analyzing evidence.
We were expecting that his apartment would be searched, but it was still nerve-wracking.
Ashley was last seen January 2nd, leaving her house in...
Okay, so that's definitely him trying to hide evidence to have a dumpster moved, and he had an arraignment. Let's go to that. Let's see. He was arraigned in court, and let's start here. Oops. This is, they show Ashley's family. I just wanted you to see, that she has a lot of support. She has a huge family there coming to hear this arraignment. So let's get forward so that we can hear a little bit of information on this, and then I'm going to wrap the video up.
Likelihood of conviction. Likelihood of conviction, Judge. The defendant made several material factual misstatements to Detective Lasprins and recited those to the court during the course of the initial swear-to.
Okay, so they're talking about the lies, the misinformation that that the ex-boyfriend gave to the police. That's what they're talking about right now. So let's listen.
The defendant was aware that we were investigating a missing persons report. He was aware that there was some belief of his involvement. He made misstatements about both his location as well as Ms. Elkins and how she may have left his vehicle, left his apartment complex. All of which we can demonstrate by objective evidence and video evidence to be false. So there's a high likelihood of conviction on these cases, on these matters. And then last and most importantly for the court's consideration, I think at this point, is the probability or improbability of returning for trial. We have a history that includes charges at least. We do not have the disposition, but we did recover a DD-214 from his time in the U.S. Army. It looks like in 2016 he was charged with a couple of matters, including...
Okay, that sounds like the name, the model number of some sort of a weapon that he used in the Army. So it sounds like they found that in his apartment.
Larceny of private property, and more importantly, fraudulent ID documents. And then in 2017, he was charged with desertion, or the absence without leave, going AWOL from the Army. Ultimately, he was discharged less than honorably, although it was not a dishonorable discharge. He was discharged from the Army in a less than honorable means or manner. We know that after the conversations, before the conversations with Detective Lesperance, but we believe after the underlying events of this case, he fled from Macomb County, went to Flint, where he was apprehended and brought back to Roseville. And we know that during that time, while he was in Flint, he accessed the internet to search for such things as fastest routes from Flint to Ohio, what to do on the run, is blood traceable, how to beat a polygraph, and deleting Google history.
Okay, so you see, definitely this is premeditated. This is the intention of premeditated murder in the event that he's found guilty of deleting this young lady. So he can't say anything about any self-defense or anything like that. He can't make up any further lies or say anything in his defense concerning that. So because they've already have this evidence against him of removing a dumpster and looking up all of this criminal information on Google. So all of this is going to work against him.
So, Judge, I think by his own words, his search history, by his prior conduct, and by what is, frankly, at stake in this particular matter, he's of significant risk of flight. With that, I would request a significant bond. I'm asking for a $500,000 cash surety bond, no 10%, and that a steel cuff GPS tether be attached should he make that bond.
All right, Mr. King, anything further from you?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Detective Lesperance, is there anything you wish to add?
No, ma'am, not this time.
All right.
Okay, she's going to give her verdict.
As Mr. Fox indicated, there are many things the court has to look to with regard to setting bond and determining bond. This court looks most closely at the risk of harm to the public and the likelihood of the defendant's appearance in court. I will note for the record that this matter is currently charged as a 4-year felony. I will also note for the matter that while Mr. Fox did point out several instances from the defendant's time in the military with regard to any sort of matters that came up with regard to larceny or desertion, that there is no other criminal history presented. But that being said, the matter being investigated does involve a missing person, which is a very serious matter. And the court takes very seriously that the allegations being made are that the defendant is lying to a police officer regarding material facts about a missing person at this time. That gives the court great concern about the risk of harm to the public and the likelihood that the defendant will make sure that he appears in court for both this matter and any potential further charges that may be brought by the prosecution. At this time, the court is going to assess a bond in the amount of $250,000 cash surety, steel cuff tether prior to any release. The PCC date in this matter.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and stop it there. He has a bond of $250,000. They were asking for a bond of $500,000 to make it even harder for him to meet the bond. And but either way, hopefully he won't be able to meet it, because they did say that he is unemployed, and hopefully, he doesn't know anyone else who could bond him out. I don't know if any of the people that were sitting watching this in the courtroom are any of his family members. I'm not too certain, but I know that those that were standing were that they showed a lot of were Ashley's family members, most of them. And ladies, you heard the other criminal back history of this ex-boyfriend. They mentioned larceny. They mentioned being dishonorably discharged. They mentioned all the other things about him looking up criminal information on Google. And a lot of times people will say, well, it doesn't matter where you're coming from. It only matters where you're going to. Well, that's incorrect. Definitely in this situation, that's incorrect. So it is important to know if a person has a prior criminal history and what is it exactly that they did or that they were being accused of. You know, you have to do your research. I mean, I know that a lot of times, you know, there might be, you know, some things involved as far as not in this case, but I'm just speaking in general. You know, sometimes a person may not have committed a crime and they might have been charged with a crime, but you have to do your research on these men, young ladies. You have to do your research because records are public information. So you can call down to the courthouse definitely before you marry anyone. You should have that person's social security number. If they have a problem with you getting that information, then they probably have something to hide. Okay, because you need to know who you're laying down with. You need to know who you're building a future with. You know, if you're going to be taking things to the next step. And no, I'm not saying that Ashley was getting ready to marry him. I don't know any of that information. I'm just speaking to you all as far as, you know, getting to know a guy. So, and wanting to take the next step with him. So before you do any of those things, then definitely you need to have a background check run on him. And he should have one run on you as well. Okay, a lot of times we're moving too fast out here. And I was talking to someone before, and the person, they were like, oh, you know, I'm interested in marriage as well too, because, you know, on my profile I had, you know, that I'm, you know, interested in marriage. And so of course, you know, a guy is going to be reading your profile and he's going to act like he's down with or interested in whatever it is that you're interested in, young ladies, just to get you in bed, basically, obviously. And so then that person, they'll play around, play along in your program. Okay, yeah, I'm interested in this too. Yeah, I like that too. We have so much in common. And then if you don't go to the next level with them, then they're going to show you their true colors. And some of them will get mad, you know, and then if you tell them, you know, that you don't want to talk with them anymore, then some of them, they become angry and then they want to become violent. So that, you know, that's why, you know, I say definitely don't feel like you owe them any good night kiss or that you owe them a nightcap. And when I say a nightcap, I mean them coming in your house for a drink or, you know, to give you a kiss. You don't owe them anything because you don't even know him. Okay, and him spending money on a date, that's just part of the getting to know process. So just because, even if a guy spends $500 on you on one date, even though I would not advise that you know, let a guy spend that much money on you because he's going to want a return on his investment. You know, obviously he's not doing that just to see you smile. You know, he's doing that to see if he can get you behind closed doors. And we know what comes next after that. So, you know, just have for him to spend a reasonable amount to pay for a meal, you know, so that he doesn't demand or feel that he's owed anything at the end of the night. So, ladies, we have to use wisdom concerning that too. Don't just accept every single gift and allow him to spend a whole lot of money on you. And no, I'm not saying any of this applies to Ashley. I'm just, you know, just giving some advice. These are just some thoughts coming to my mind. You know, because we have to do our research. We have to use wisdom, you know, in a way so that you can be protected and make wise decisions, you know, because a lot of times you all are moving too fast. Okay, but definitely be careful, you know, because she has 2 children, and I'm going to say has because they have not found a body. So she has 2 children, and I didn't play it in this video, but her mom was crying, saying that they're asking for Ashley, you know, wondering where their mom is. So think about your kids, definitely. If you have kids too, you know, don't have this person around your kids. And just be careful, okay? Because it's all kind of wild people out here. And as I say in most of my videos as well, always have another man to vet or to ask questions, or, you know, to basically find out information about any guy that you're dating, young ladies. Before you spend time romantically with these men, before they come over to your house, before you go over to their house, they should have to meet your brother, your uncle, your grandpa, a guy friend that you respect, who you're not involved in, who's somebody that you can trust his feedback on any guy that you're dating. And that's for your protection, to help avoid situations like this happening. Okay, so I just want you all to be safe. All right, please give this video a thumbs up, like and subscribe to my channel, Sister Love Chat. Okay, trying to get monetized, so please help this channel out by subscribing. I would really appreciate it. Thank you. And when you watch my videos, please watch the video all the way to the end. It helps me with my watch time hours because I'm a new channel. Thank you so much. All right, and y'all be safe out there. See you in the next one, Lord willing. Bye. Oh, and also let me know in the comment section any experiences or any advice that you want to share as far as in being careful when you are getting to know a new guy in your life. If you want to share some advice in the comment section, that would be great. If you want to give your response on this case as well, then let's get the conversation going in the comment section. All right, see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.